the attention of the entire country is on the current Supreme Court case on the petition against the presidency. Yeah, and while all the attention is there, there is something else very major that has come up. Something very terrible happened in Kisumu. Immediately the election results were announced. Something so terrible that the current governor of Kisumu is using very strong words to describe what happened. Words like crimes against humanity, words like genocide. Okay? Now, Professor Nyongo is generally a very level-headed person, because I believe, and there's even evidence in this latest incident, because I believe if it was another governor, somebody of a different temperament, what happened in Kisumu would have by now been splashed. It would have been quoted widely by media across the country. Okay? But what the good governor has chosen to do is that he's calling for an inquiry to collect actual, factual evidence of what transpired. Okay? And he's calling for this when he himself has been able to see with his own eyes evidence of what happened in Kisumu. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about people in Kisumu with bullets still in their bodies, yeah, struggling to get pain management anywhere they can get it, yeah. We're talking about people actually being admitted into hospitals in Kisumu, yes, with the bullet wounds, yes, and exactly from this post-election incident. Now, what is even more telling, which explains a lot of why everything has been quiet, Professor Nyongo says he has evidence to prove that security officers, yes, senior security personnel within the county, threatened journalists, threatened the media, so as to keep this story quiet and away from the attention of the world. Eyewitness reports paint a very, very gory picture of what went on. And I'm talking about rape, yes, sexual assault. I'm talking about people who were dressed in security personnel uniform, but yet had rastas. Yeah, they had dreadlocks rather. Okay? All these terrible things were rained on the people of Kisumu. Now, you also must have followed my recent recording, whereby I revealed that some bodies have been fished out of Lake Victoria. Okay? Now, the police has since denied this, but we understand from Professor Nyongo, who has seen the bodies himself with his own eyes, that the bullets, the most recent body that was recovered had 2 bullet wounds to the chest, and the way the wounds were, they suggested that he was shot from the back. Yeah? And you'll remember what I told you in this channel, that that particular body was recovered in a body bag, similar to the body bags that were delivered to Kisumu just before the general elections. Now, I'm convinced beyond any reasonable doubt about my information, but let me take a responsible approach to this and say this, that it is very important for the current government to put together an independent inquiry, as the professor suggests, as Professor Nyongo suggests, yeah, the governor of Kisumu, to put together an independent inquiry as soon as possible, like yesterday, to investigate exactly what went down in Kisumu, exactly what went down in Mathare, and exactly what went down in Kibera. Okay? Those 3 places specifically. Okay? Now, it is always good to give your brother the benefit of the doubt. Now, despite everything that has happened, I want to give our government the benefit of the doubt, and I want to appeal to them to instigate an independent inquiry, yeah, to prove their innocence, to prove that all this is hogwash, to prove that all this is propaganda. You know, they like using words like propaganda, yeah, incitement and so on, to prove that this is incitement, that this is propaganda. Let them instigate a completely independent investigation into what happened into those 3 places. Okay? And while that investigation is going on, let us also be told why junior officers are so frightened, to speak anything about what happened. Okay? Especially in Kisumu. I mean, this is really terrible. It is something which I do not want even to think about. It's something I do not want to believe. Up to this moment, to be very honest with you, I'm in a denial state. I'm in denial. And I'd like something to come. I'm just hoping against all hope that something will come up to give us an explanation, as to exactly what happened. Or something will come up to downplay, or at least to water down the terrible, terrible, terrible things that are emerging of what happened to Kenyans, because I believe they're Kenyans, to Kenyans who live in the Kisumu area especially. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.